Good morning, everybody. So I'm going to make my guacamole today, and I figured I would give you my guacamole recipe and show you how to make it. So I think this is a pretty easy recipe. Forgot to check that my mic was on. So first off, you need avocados. I got 4 small ones. We live in the Midwest, so this time of the year, avocados still aren't in season. So we have to take what we can get sometimes out here for the avocados. A tomato. This one's kind of small. I would honestly, for this, I would like a little bigger tomato. If I was making more or had bigger avocados, I would, either use 2 small ones or a big one for sure. And then onion. I had a small onion, so I'm probably going to end up using most of the onion in there. Tabasco, salt and pepper, and lemon juice. So that's all you need for this recipe. Cilantro is also something good you can put in. So I'm working on my onion right now. In case you didn't know, if you get a wet paper towel and put it by your onion when you're cutting, then you will not get tears in your eyes. Because the stuff that makes you cry, it will go to the closest source of moisture. So when you're normally cutting, that is your eyes and your mouth. And that's what makes you cry. So I am just dicing up my onion here. And I, of course, did some sanding out on the porch earlier. And if you like onion a lot, and you want to leave it chunkier, go for it. I'm going to see how this looks. If I got leftovers, I'm going to use it for my burger slada. We're going to have hamburgers today. And what does everybody else got going on today? I got a bunch of random stuff I got to do around the house, and hopefully my fence will finish getting installed today, and then I can work on some stuff out there as well. So that actually looks like it's going to be more than enough onions. So I'm going to leave that half for later, and let me get a dish to put this in. Okay. See, I got my dish, and I'm putting it in the dish because you want to do the avocado first before you put in your onion and tomato, because you don't want to just smash your tomato and onion. I mean, unless that's what you like. If that's what you like, then by all means. I think you get better flavors when you get those like chunks of onion and tomato. So let's do tomato now. This is not the best knife for dicing tomatoes, but I don't know, work. I don't feel like dirtying up another knife. But this is the one that I like to use for onions, but it is not cutting through my tomatoes so great. But tomato is also pretty ripe. Cut. Yeah, no, now I have to get it. Tomatoes, I think, are probably the hardest thing to cut, and that's because most of us don't normally have our knives sharpened well enough. Mailman's here. Hold on. Sorry about that. My dogs have gotten much better. I don't know, the little one is still back there barking. They've gotten much better about barking. We always have lots and lots of people walking by the house and like by our driveway and stuff, because we have a convenience store next door. This is like the worst tomato cutting job ever here. Whatever. it'll still taste delicious. I guess I am kind of just smashing them. Just smashing them on the cutting board. Ugh. But yeah, but the mailman, I don't, they just, you know, they just refuse to not bark at the mailman. They still go crazy every time the mailman comes, which is sometimes twice a day because our mailman is also who delivers our like Amazon packages and stuff. So yeah, but let's see, let's try and make sure I got most of the big pieces with the skin. Okay, that's gonna have to be. We're always trying to get like new knives to find something that works and better, and I don't even want to get the fancy ones. They don't seem to last long, and John sharpens them all the time for us, but it's like, it seems like you use them once and they're dull again. So if anybody actually knows a good set of knives, let me know. Okay. All right. Use this one. So avocados are the easier part. Oh, it gets so heavy. So heavy. There we go. Here's my cut. There's my pit. I'm gonna take a bite. Let me see. I think I'm gonna spoon this because it is smashing. Sometimes you could just squeeze it out of there, and sometimes I like to use a spoon because I can find one that's not absolutely humongous. Sometimes you just make a bigger mess trying to squeeze it out if it's too ripe, which these are kind of ripe. But you saw how the pitch is squeezed out. So for those of you that don't like doing the knife method, and another method is you could just use the spoon to get the pit out as well. A lot of times, like if I'm making avocado toast, because I'm a millennial, so we eat lots of avocado toast, you know. Some stereotypes I like to live up to. I have always loved avocados my whole life. My parents could tell you, like, if they got avocados, I was for sure trying to eat them all. I didn't want to share those with anyone. I had I liked avocados so much, I had a aunt that was a truck driver, and she got me a whole case of avocados. No, those I did share a little bit at least, but I was in like avocado heaven. I'm just making this for myself, so I'm not really caring about eating off my fingers and stuff, because it's just me and Johnny eating this. If he has a problem with my germs, then there's a bigger problem. So the squeeze method works a little better for not having all the stuff on the pit, so that's why I kind of tend to do that, but you can kind of knock it off. So I guess I'm glad these are small because they're taking up a fair amount of room in there, and if they were much bigger, I would definitely be overflowing. Not that I have a problem with that, but this is my lunch today. I'm gonna have avocado or guacamole and chips. It's I don't know, that's a good meal to me. I don't like to eat too heavy earlier in the day. I have issues eating breakfast. A lot of times I feel like when I eat breakfast, I end up getting like an upset stomach for like the first half of the day. and then I don't want to eat lunch, and I don't usually eat very much for breakfast when I do, so I've just been skipping it. And because I don't really get hungry until lunchtime either way, so I usually have something kind of light like this, maybe a sandwich or something, and then heavier meal for dinner. It's like my meats and stuff. Okay, so we got that. I'm gonna go ahead and put some salt. Not a generous amount of salt. I'm just using regular iodized because I think it's better than the sprinkles. I like the pepper as well. And the lemon juice is good for flavor, but it's also good to help make sure that, to help it not turn brown as quick. I might have to pause and get John to open this for me. Oh, I think I got it. There we go. Okay. So I put about that much. And I'll taste everything and see how I like it, if I need to add more or less. But pretty much I just put something in until my ancestors tell me to stop, and then I stop. And then I'll give a taste to double check if there's anything missing. So smash it up. These are being extra slimy with the lemon juice and stuff on them. You know, and the just not real big on measuring for anything except for baking. Smells very yummy already. So, I don't know, you might want to squish it up a bit before you put the lemon juice in Tabasco, just because, like I said, it kind of made him want to slide out of the bowl on me. So, it'd probably be a little easier to mush up and then do that. But this is my first time making guacamole, and Molcajete. Made guacamole lots, but first time in one of these. Because this is the first time I've ever owned one. Okay. See you. Again, this is just for me and my husband, so. Let me get that all out there. Okay. So this part I'm going to do with a spoon. I'm just going to put that all in there. I said I like a fair amount of tomatoes and onion in it. You can put as much as you want in there. And I'm just stirring this up at this point. And then trying to be careful not to like scrape the sides of the bowl. Not that I think it's gonna like hurt it, but I don't know. Okay, so that looks pretty delicious, I think. I'm gonna give it, let's see. Trying to make sure I got tomato and onion in all of it. And it's a little bit chunky, but it's supposed to be, like when you make it homemade, it's not supposed to be like completely smooth and creamy like it is when you buy it from the grocery store. But I feel like the tomatoes are all clumping in one part. There we go. Now they're getting mixed around. Okay. Give a little taste and see. It's pretty good. I think I'm going to put a little bit more salt, pepper, just a little bit more lemon juice. Gotta be careful not to put too much lemon juice because you don't want to make it watery. And as it breaks down after you make it, it like releases the water, so that can happen easier than you think. It releases the water out of all the fruits and vegetables. I was trying to think if there was actually any vegetable, but onion is a vegetable. Tomato and avocados are actually fruit. Okay. Good stir. And I don't like to make mine too spicy because I have a basic white girl tongue, so I need to make my food accordingly. All right. Okay. That is good. That's going to be a delicious lunch. Bring this over to the table. See if my hubby wants to come eat some with me, but I think it looks pretty tasty. All right, everybody. Peace, love, and guacamole. Yeah.